Hi everyone, today I'm finally back on this channel. I'm really sorry about my voice. Spring is coming up and I have allergies and it's pretty bad, so I sound really awkward. I hope this isn't too bad for you. Hopefully I can get through this video without having my throat too sore, so yeah, I'll try. Today I'm making this video to answer the questions that you asked me under my Q&A video, which was also my last video. If you don't hear your question in this video, maybe I just assumed it looked too much like another question, or I thought it was too personal, so don't take it the wrong way if I don't answer one of your questions. Also, I translated every single question, so yeah, there'll be no French in this video, hopefully. I separated the questions in two parts. First part is questions that are actually about the fact that I speak English and my origins and stuff. And the second category is random questions, so some things have nothing to do with the fact that this channel's in English. Starting off with questions about my English. First question is, do you have tips on how to speak better English? I think that I'm gonna make a video about that because it was the top comment and everyone wanted to know. So if you want a tip video on how to speak better English, please let me know. I'm not sure it'll be a very useful video, but if you want it, just let me know in the comments. How come you speak English fluently? I speak English fluently because my dad's American, and ever since I was a tiny little baby, he would speak to me in English because he wanted us to speak English. Part of my family only speaks English, so my brother and I needed to, and so that's why. I've always spoken English to my dad, and we just do that, so yeah. Do you ever want to speak English instead of French because you completely forgot a word? That happens to me. I forget words in French and remember them in English. Then again, that also happens to me with like German or stuff. I only remember the word in German, which is weird, but it happens. Do you know anybody who's as good at speaking English as you are, apart from your family members? I do. So there was this girl in primary school with me. Her mom and dad were American, and they didn't speak a lot of French, so they liked to speak with other people who spoke English, and my mom spoke English. Anyway, this girl and I became best friends, and we were best friends for the whole of primary school. And her English is way better than mine because both her parents are American and she speaks English all the time. She reads books in English and I don't really do that. Do you like or watch American or English TV series? Which ones? I do. The only English TV series I watch is Skins. And for American TV series, I watch How I Met Your Mother, The Walking Dead, Dexter, 6 Feet Under, Sex and the City, Desperate Housewives. I've watched Vampire Diaries before, but I'm not a big fan. Yeah, I think that's it. I just watch a lot of series and most of them are American. Do you watch some English-speaking YouTubers? Who are your favorites? I do watch some. I'd say my favorite is like totally unoriginal, but that's MacBarbie07. I just really love her. I really like other YouTubers. I like Fleur de Force. She's English, I think. I like Beauty Crush. She's also English. I love Candy Johnson. Yeah, I do watch a lot. Right now, off the tip of my head, those are the only ones I can think of, but I just love a lot. Do you find English classes boring since you're bilingual? Oh god, English classes are so boring for me. It's really bad. Well, now it's okay, but like the first years were really bad. Right now we're starting to do stuff that's harder, and sometimes I actually learn stuff. I'll learn stuff about, like Great Britain, because I know nothing about Great Britain, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I do learn some words. I learned that the British people say at the weekend and other weird expressions, so I do learn stuff, but not that much, and I'm kind of bored. Do you always speak English with your dad, or are you sometimes too lazy and speak French? That's a good question. I usually speak English with my dad, but it happens to me that like I'll forget a word, or I'll want to explain something, and I'm not as good as explaining in English as I am in French. Like, I can explain things faster in French, so I will sometimes go into French mode, but it doesn't happen that often. What do you do during English class? Does your teacher give you something else to do? No, my teacher doesn't. Unfortunately, I just have to follow the class with everyone else. Do you study in a bilingual school or American school? No, I'm just in a regular French school. Does your father's wife speak English too? Yeah, she does, because she's half Tunisian and half American, and she was raised just like we were. She lived in Tunisia, spoke Arabic, but her mom would speak English to her, and that's how she spoke English. So that's exactly the same as me. What languages do you study? I study German, English, Italian, and Latin. Do you speak Italian with your grandparents or father? I don't actually, because I wouldn't speak Italian to my father. My dad never wanted to teach me any Italian because his Italian's kind of weird. He never learned it in school. He learned Spanish in school, so his Spanish is really good, and his Italian is kind of weird and kind of not very academical, let's say. So I'd really love to speak Italian with my grandfather, but right now my Italian isn't nearly good enough to be able to do that, but maybe one day I will. Are you a better English speaker than your English teacher? I don't think so. I don't think I can say that because English, when you're a teacher and when you're a student, is very different. I speak American English and I speak a very fluent but kind of, oral English. And I think his grammar and his vocabulary is way better than mine. Maybe my accent's better, but I guess that's it. Have you ever been to the US? Yeah, I've been to the US quite a lot, actually. I have family who lives there, so I've been to San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles many times. Are you the best English speaker in your school? I definitely think I can't say that. Maybe in my class, but definitely not in the school. I'm sure some people speak better English than I do, because first of all, I don't think I'm the only bilingual person, and people in my school are pretty smart, so I don't think so. Which English-speaking countries have you visited? I've visited the States and England. Like, I've been to London and Oxford. And I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I've been to countries where a lot of people speak English. Like in Germany, their English is really good. Do you prefer English or French? That's a weird question, but I think I like English better because I just think it sounds better. And anything sounds cool in English or, like, interesting. I don't know why. I just think it sounds better. I don't know. Who do you speak English with? I speak English with my dad, with my stepmother, even though I don't always speak English to her, my English teacher, and then my family who lives in the States. So I have cousins, aunts, uncles, and my grandparents. What do you think of the British accent? Oh, the British accent is so cool. It is so cool. I love it. With the British accent, I feel like if you're kind of chic, you're very chic. And if you're kind of being mean, you're very mean. And if you're kind of elegant, you're very elegant. And if you're not elegant, you're not elegant at all. And I just think it is so cool. I love the English accent. Where's your accent from? My accent's from my dad. And my dad's from San Francisco, so I'm guessing I have a Californian accent. But I think it's also kind of mixed up with other accents because I don't really live there, so yeah. Okay, so that's the end of the questions about my English. I'm going to keep going with random questions. Maybe I'll cut this video in 2 parts if it's too long.